Jake is driving my car for me. We've just completed the red accent wheels. He's gonna give it the test drive. I don't know how well you'll be able to see it. Scarlett's being a good girl. Okay, so we're in the process now of painting the red accents on my black painted rims. So when painting any surface with this spray type paint, you really want to just focus on thin, even coats on each coat and painting in little whips of the spray. So you never want to, sorry, you probably can't hear me, you never want to be spraying so much in one coat that the paint starts to run, because that's going to create an uneven texture in the finished painted product. So make sure you're doing lightly sprayed even coats for each coat, and usually it takes a minimum of 3, but usually about 4 coats, which is what I'm doing here. So I'll try to demonstrate a little bit with the camera running, but I got the paint, do a test spray. Yep, working. So thin, even coats. This will be coat number 3. So I got that angle, and then going for the back. And that's it. That's coat number 3. You're gonna wait 10 minutes in between each coat for it to dry. Okay, now the 4 primary coats of the red accents on the wheels have dried. Now it's time to spray with the clear coat. Okay, so the final coat of the clear coat paint is not dry. It's completed now. So that totals 3 coats of clear coat, and under that is 4 coats of the red paint. So now these bad boys are going to sit and dry overnight. The paint requires, both the clear coat and the red paint, they require 3 hours of drying time to be touched, to handle. It technically, both can say 10 minutes to dry, to touch, but you really don't want to be messing with it very much for at least up to 3 hours. Because if you put a lot of pressure on it, even after 10 or 15 minutes, that paint could rub off. So we're going to let, the minimum is 3 hours, but we're going to let them sit overnight. I should add, it's about 5:30 in the afternoon here, so it's going to be dark in about 2.5 or 3 hours. So we might as well just let them sit overnight anyway, instead of working into the darkness. So by morning, they'll definitely be dry. Okay, it is the next morning now, and it is time to peel off the covering and all the tape. And there's some towels in here covering the rest of the tire. Make sure the red didn't get on it. So it has dried for over 12 hours now. So it's time to peel it off and make sure everything looks good. Okay, so these back 2 tires didn't turn out quite as good as the front 2, but it's kind of to be expected. This being a home project, it's not like I'm doing this in a big Chevrolet factory like Chevy does for their red accent wheels. I'm not even sure if Chevy's actually the actual company who paints those red accents, but they're the cars that I see them most often on. But anyway, I'm just doing this myself at my home in my garage. But I'm okay with it being a little bit off anyway, and you can't even really tell unless you get up real close to it. And I'll zoom in here in a second to show you what I mean. But I'm okay, and I'm especially okay with it not being absolutely perfect, because when I spray painted these wheels black, you probably can't tell with just these two wheels, but if you see these two back wheels compared to the front wheels, these two back wheels are really more of a dark blue. And I don't know why it turned out that way, but the front two wheels are a deep jet black that almost perfectly matches the black of the actual car. And these two back wheels, I think it had to do with on the day that I spray painted it might have been too humid outside, and that's possibly why the color got thrown off. But compared to the front two wheels, these look like a deep dark shade of blue instead of black. So one day I'm going to get all of this paint washed off and respray them if I choose to. So I thought I might as well go ahead and try these red accents, and if it screws up, it screws up. I'm just gonna have to redo it one day anyway. So if you can see, there's a little bit of ripping, I think, from the tape, and then the lines aren't perfectly straight, but you're not really gonna see that unless you are getting up close to it and viewing it. And the main purpose is for other people to see it on the road when you're driving on the highway. It'll look best when it's on the highway going 55 or 60, 65 miles an hour. You see that red ring around the edge of the car, or edge of the wheel. All 4 tires back on. Time to take it for a test drive. Okay, don't pass him, don't pass him. You can see it a little bit.
See it.
Okay, now he's pulling away. Speed up a little bit. Huh. Yeah, you can definitely see it a little bit.
Oh yeah, you can. The outside.
I might be tempted to paint a little bit more of it red too. That's pretty cool. You can see it just enough. Huh. I don't know, I kind of like that, just how it is. Okay, this is a wrap on the red accent wheels on my car. I hope you guys have enjoyed the video, maybe learned a thing or two. Wherever you are in the world, have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you soon.